So I'm sure you've all heard the news, but Chapter 1 is coming back to Fortnite next month in its own permanent mode with zero build and build options, as well as its own associated ranked modes. They'll rotate each season within Chapter 1 on a monthly basis to keep things fresh, and overall the community is very happy about this, myself included. Now when Season OG came out, I wasn't the biggest fan because I found the guns kinda basic and the map too big with empty spaces, which sucks for zero build in particular, but I know many people like it and it's a pretty good backup in case they mess things up big time with Chapter 6. But you really gotta ask yourself, why is Fortnite even doing this? While it has downsides, Chapter 5 was still a big success player count wise, dwarfing Chapter 4, and Chapter 4 is bigger than Chapter 3. I'm sure they made a lot of money this Chapter 2 selling those cars, the jam tracks, as well as the regular skins, but the main reason Chapter 5 did so well was actually because of Season OG bringing back a lot of the old player base. They peaked at like 8 million, and being able to retain even a small portion of that was what made Chapter 5 so big. However, with Chapter 2 OG, we aren't seeing that. It's been kind of underwhelming, the numbers aren't quite as good, and so I guess this is why they're bringing back Season OG. It's their only way of being able to outperform the previous chapter. What has me worried though is that I've spoken about how I think Chapter 6 will be the best since they'll merge what they've learned from the success of OG Fortnite and the downsides of Chapter 5 into a new mode that will be a good balance of new stuff without any of the chaos. But with this news, I think Fortnite might be taking the lazy route. Instead of innovating new ideas and balancing them in a way OG players would like, I think they're gonna double down on all the chaos and nonsense that we saw with Chapter 5, like the car season, the gun mods, the jetpack, the wild fantasy maps, and just things being too complicated. And then they're leaving OG as a backup for people who like the old style of Fortnite. So in general, it's going to be two extremes. One mode is going to be barely recognizable to Fortnite players with lots of chaos, and then we have the OG mode, which is great and all, but it's kind of bare bones and bland. Let's be real here, we are going to eventually get bored of that. On the flip side though, it could be a good thing for Chapter 6. I mean, think about it this way. It would be embarrassing for Fortnite if OG mode continued to outpace the regular mode. I mean, we know for sure it will be bigger, the first month, the second month, but once the hype ends, if OG continues to outpace the new mode, Epic might be forced to cater to OG's interest and merge the two design philosophies, which I've always wanted them to do. And I know they can do it because they've done it before in Chapter 4 and Chapter 3. Fortnite got big by being the game of constant updates and new shit, with an ever-changing meta, so I wouldn't want to see that portion of the game die. But what do you guys think? Are y'all more excited for OG or the brand new chapter? Me personally, I like to look at the future and not the past, so I am more excited for Chapter 6, but most of my friends are more excited for Season OG. Ironically, I found the first reload map to be like a perfect version of OG because they reduced the space between the POIs and they gave us a few more guns. I wish for this OG return, they made like a different version of the zero build map that is like smaller. And honestly, I feel like even OG players would rather a few new guns come in instead of doing the old same old shit. But I'm not going to speak on their behalf. I wasn't an OG. I'm not going to get into that. But regardless of what you think, I think we can all agree 2025 is going to be a good year for Fortnite. But I wonder why. Could it be a coincidence?